Thanks, Michelle. Good morning. 5 Canadians are among the 116 people on board an Algerian passenger plane that Air Algérie is confirming has crashed in southeastern Mali. The flight was en route from West African nation of Burkina Faso to Algeria. An Algerian aviation official said the flight asked to change its route because of a storm in the area. Reports say air navigation services then lost track of the plane, but the flight had been missing for several hours before the news was made public. Today's flight is another blow to the industry after a Malaysia Airlines plane was downed over Ukraine last week. A TransAsia Airways crashed off Taiwan during a thunderstorm yesterday, and airlines canceled flights to Tel Aviv due to the conflict in Gaza. Meantime, a WestJet plane has landed safely in Toronto after engine troubles were reported earlier this morning. The jet had to make an unscheduled stop at Toronto's Pearson Airport. It was headed from Hamilton to Calgary. All 152 people on board are safe. People in Kamloops are cleaning up today after roads turned to rivers as torrential rain caused flash flooding across the city. The rain, wind, and even hail only lasted for about 25 minutes, but it caused widespread damage. As much as 25 millimeters of rainfall overwhelmed drains and forced water and debris onto roads. The storm stranded many drivers who were forced on top of their cars. The flash floods also prompted a landslide on Highway 5 near Sun Rivers.
Unfortunately, the car's too low to hop the curb and too low to drive through the puddle.
I thought I'd have a brilliant idea to ride along the sidewalk and stay out of the deep water, but I got up here and got a bit nervous.
A Surrey man is lucky to be alive and has his neighbors to thank after being saved from his burning home overnight. The fire started at this duplex on 88th Avenue near 127th Street at about 1:30 this morning. Investigators believe the man living here may have been smoking in bed. He was taken to hospital with smoke inhalation and minor burns, mostly to his hands.
And I noticed the black smoke burning out of the back of the top of the windows, and I said, the place is on fire, so we tried kicking the door in to get him out. Couldn't kick the door in, so I went and ran back inside the house and grabbed the hatchet and chopped the lock off the door. Then we kicked him out, kicked the door in, and then we pulled him out of the fire.
A major headache for commuters who travel through East Vancouver is coming to an end. Powell Street is said to reopen, giving drivers a better connection in and out of the downtown core. Greg Harper joins us now live with more. Greg?
Good morning, Jody. Here along Powell and Clark this morning. If this is the route that you take into the city, you know that you have to hang a left here, but not for much longer. Lots of construction taking place behind me here. I've been told by one of the workers there's at least 2 more days of construction. So the Powell Street overpass will be opening very soon. And it's been a long wait for drivers and business owners as well who have been impacted by this. The overpass is expected to speed things up quite a bit. It's expected to improve the movement of goods through Port Metro Vancouver. There are some rail crossings that were here that have been eliminated now. It's also expected to improve safety for drivers, cyclists, and pedestrians. The overpass will have 4 lanes for vehicle traffic, 2 pedestrian sidewalks, and a counterflow bike lane as well.
The Powell Street overpass is an important arterial route, and improving the connections, easing congestion, providing safe and accessible travel choices both for people and goods is key to the efficiency of transit and other vehicles.
So they will be paving the sidewalks here right next to me and across the way as well. As I mentioned, at least 2 more days of construction. The goal here is to have the Powell Street overpass open by Monday morning's commute. And won't that be a big sigh of relief for a ton of drivers and business owners as well. Jody?
Indeed. Good news for so many. Thanks so much. Greg Harper reporting live for us from East Van this morning. An RCMP officer accused of sexual harassment is fighting the accusations against him. Inspector Tim Shields has filed a statement of defense against a civil lawsuit brought by a former colleague. Shields denies the claims made by Atoya Montague, saying he only had a, quote, friendly and professional relationship with her. He rejects Montague's allegations that he exposed himself to her while making sexual advances. Shields has not yet filed a defense in response to a second lawsuit from another woman who worked with him. As the white flag mystery continues on New York's Brooklyn Bridge, nearly 36 detectives have now been assigned to the case. Officers say they have identified suspects who slipped past anti-terror patrols, swapping American flags for surrender-type white flags. Police have apparently even gathered homicide and counterterrorism investigators to work on the case. The NYPD has also set up new security cameras on light poles at both sides of the bridge as they remain on high alert.